All right, so we got Jon Jones versus Vitor Belfort. All right, this dude was a beast. Probably still is a beast because he's definitely going to be jacked up on that juice. You know, this guy is a juice jacker since the early days. And you can see, as usual, Mr. Jon has a 10-inch reach advantage. That's ridiculous. This makes it so much easier when you have that much reach on somebody. Okay, now as he do is the patented Jon Jones. Where is he looking? He's not looking in the eyes. He's looking at like the hip level. Belfort is straight in the eyes, and Mr. Belfort is in quite good shape. Can't you tell? Oh man, this is before USADA came in. Definitely before USADA. How long is Jon going to stay down on the mat this time? How long are you going to stay down there, Mr. Jones? Slinking over. Oh, and he throws the head kick. That was gangster. Right? He's the downed opponent. This is completely illegal. Like, you're not allowed to throw a head kick here. But he doesn't care at all. Just fires it. Crazy. Because who's going to keep their hands there when the kick is being fired? You're going to stand up. And it might even catch you on the way up. Dangerous. Jon Jones with the knee stomp off the hop. Man, Vitor was jacked, boy. Pretty crazy. Ooh, and he's in on the double. Was a double, more like a high crotch, I guess, and gets him down with some sort of like a chest pressure. Right away, Vitor Belfort figures in the fence, trying to get an angle. It's good to get an angle, but you probably should use your fingers, Mr. Belfort. Not the best thing. So let's see who can cheat more. Let's see who can cheat more in this matchup, because Vitor is definitely winning because he cheated with the juice from the get-go. So the whole thing is cheating for him. And then Jon, let's see if he can pull off some cheat moves. Oh, on a deep armbar. And the head spike, but he's had the submission, so that's actually legal. You're allowed to do that. Jon's mostly out here. He's going to keep spiking the head. Although if you compress the spine, you're not allowed to compress the spine. But if the person is hanging on to your arm, you can drop them on their head because they could always let go of the arm. That's the way the rule is written. Jon with a nice elbow. His ground and pound is nasty, as we have seen in the previous videos. Oh, man, nice elbow. Up elbows from guard, which you'd think that's kind of dangerous because of the armbar. Vitor's already gotten to his arm once. Like, Jon just doesn't seem like he cares, you know. Like he'll also collar tie. He'll collar tie the head. People call it a ooh. Where'd that come from? Where'd that? Oh, he's split already. Is that his head? Maybe is that shot right there? Nothing. He's clean there. That little elbow there, is that what did it? That was a small elbow. And he's gushing. Oh, was it that one? That one looked like it hurt him. I bet you it was that one. Look at his ties, right? Like, he's pulling the head down. And he's over the arm, right? So this is just like tie clinch. If you're over the arm, you can just elbow. Look, controlling the elbow point here. And he's just going to roll it right over. Bink! Oh, man, that's no fun. Ooh, again. And now Vitor has to, like, we're like 2 minutes in and he's already cut bad. Like, that's in a bad spot too. That's like a fight ending. That's a fight ending cut because it'll run into the eye and the doctor will stop it. Maybe people don't like it, but it's a fantastic way to win, to cut someone. Yeah, Jon sees the armbar coming now. It seems like he's got the timing. He's still letting him get his hips way out. Like, I would try to stay in front of the hips a little bit more so you don't even have to let it get to that end stage. Oh, wrist grip, and he's just left elbow, left elbow, left elbow. He's not even dropping his power arm, really. Power arm's kind of chipping. Yeah, and it's off of that collar tie, man. It's off of that collar tie. I think I got to start employing this collar tie more from in front of the guard, like can opener. A lot of jiu-jitsu competitions actually make that illegal. Like you can hurt somebody's neck with it, which is I think is total trash. Jon is killing it right now, man. He's outside elbow, inside up elbow, outside elbow. And then you just got to worry about the armbar, which you can deal with by just squaring up to the hips. Man, just tie clinch on the ground. I swear to God, Jon Jones just does tie clinch on the ground. Which is exactly what a collar tie is. Which is, I mean, a collar tie can opener is. It's tie clinch, man. You can do it standing, but on the ground it'll just hurt him too much. It's such trash. What a stupid rule. That's why MMA grappling is the best grappling. But even in us, we have some dumb rules. Oh, I thought a big elbow was gonna come. As soon as he starts grabbing the wrist, or Vitor grabs his wrist, you know he's gonna roll it over. Just chipping shots, really not wasting energy at all here. He's really crushing into, like he's trying to get the knees and shoulders close together. So you're like almost in a cradle-like type situation. Allows you to be head over head and get a lot of leverage on elbows without a lot of effort. Oh yeah, but here comes that armbar, and that's the problem with it is it does leave you exposed to the armbar. But if you follow the hips, like you can't armbar, it's impossible without getting an angle on the person. Doesn't want to dive into anything. Little axe kick in with the throw by. Oh, and to the mount. Finishes in the mount position. This is pretty deep, man. It's because that arm, that hand is way up by the head. It allows him to eat that space up under the armpit with his hips and then get an angle. You can see we're at a perpendicular angle now, right? Vitor's spine is like this. Jon's spine is like this. So he's got that angle. Leg gets over the head easy. But Jon got him and intercepted it, which that's helping him a little bit. Maybe not. Takes it out to go and protect the arm. Because yeah, this is deep enough. You could snap it if he's able to get belly down here. Elbows were nasty. Okay, it looks like they're gonna let it keep going. Even though the cut happened, greased up with it now. Long weapons now. Vitor's really explosive, man. Super strong. He only needs one shot, so you gotta be cautious with him. Helps to have length. Sure helps to have length, man. You have so much more time to see all that stuff coming. Oof. Front kick to the face. Ooh, and then the 3-2 from open stance. Vitor also a southpaw, right? So Jon's approaching him orthodox. He switch back and forth as always. Vitor is like walking towards the power, though. Ooh, tries to throw that spinning elbow. It's not a Jon Jones fight if there's no spinning elbow, man. It can't be a Jon Jones fight without a spinning elbow. Got kind of close to that head kick there, Vitor. Jon had the arm up, but it still looked like it pretty hard impact. I would say Vitor definitely has the power advantage. The head kicks didn't even look close in the amount of like thud that they packed. Jon Jones got this in your face. Do you even need power? Not a lot of nuance really to Vitor's style. It's very like wait, power shot. Wait, power shot, right? There's not a lot of setup. There's not a lot of trickery. Whereas Jon is just all trickery. All trickery. All the time, man. So many different dimensions. Going, right? Like stomping the crap out of that leg and then switching and low kick and then high kick on the same side, right? Mixing up the direction, mixing up the levels, much more difficult to read. And that's a square stance right there. He went square. Here's something you don't see every day. Yeah, when do you see that? When do you see anybody do this? Right? Like my students will tell you that I do this, but I've never seen any other fighter do it. Look at this, man. This is at what time? Just a second. I just gotta go back to the record here. Let's check out his record. This was 2012. Yo, John, I just started messing with square stance now, and Jon Jones was on it in 2012, bro. 2012. And still, like, I don't know anybody else messing with square stance now other than like OG, like Wing Chun dudes. Um, so like I'm still early to the party, but this dude is like early, bro. Like and he doesn't keep it. He goes back to orthodox, but he still approached him and threw a Wing Chun oblique kick. Like I guarantee you, Jon Jones studies Wing Chun. I guarantee you, he's watched something on it. Anderson Silva also talked about the use and the utility of Wing Chun and how he uses it in his Muay Thai style. Brazilian Muay Thai is like very, very eclectic. It's a bunch of different stuff. Oh man, that was really close, man. That was really close. Oh, you just about died there, Vitor. Like, look at that. Just past the chin. Oh man, that was close. And then back to that stomp your knee. Now hands down, right? Because he's like, I can just see everything coming. Oh, oh, oh. Trying to get in with the hands now. I think John should stay long because that can always come, right? That those bombs can always drop. And if you don't have to be on the minefield, why bother? Oh, Vitor pulling guard to get it into a submission a position that he would feel more comfortable in. He definitely cannot hang with John on the feet. So jumps the guard. Let's see how jiu-jitsu does against Greco-Roman wrestling, right? Like remember, Jon Jones is something like a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. Although he's probably more than a blue belt by most people's standards. I would say if you're an elite level wrestler, like the way Faraz teaches it anyway, if you're an elite level wrestler, then you get your blue belt right away. You already know most of jiu-jitsu. Well, at least half of jiu-jitsu, like half of the game already. Just got to learn a little bit off your back. John just on that can opener, tie clinch position, following the hips a little bit. Vitor trying to get away. This is tiring too. Hey, if you're in somebody's guard and they're just on your head can openering, we need a better name for this. If they're just tie clinching you, right? If they're just tie clinching you from the guard the whole time, it wears on you because you're constantly being compressed. Your head is not, your hips aren't free to move because your head is so stuck, right? It's just way harder to deal with than situations where your head is not being grabbed. John is always messing with the head, man. He's always messing with the head. Oh, here we go, triangle. Yeah, I saw that coming a little bit. Oh, but that's the round. Okay, let's just look at that. Let's see if he can pull that off again, right? How did it happen? John's reaching back, and he must have posted this arm. We can't see what his hand is doing, but he must have posted that arm and just jumped. Yeah, jumped it. But it's the end of the round anyways. John doesn't care. Firing that front kick to the face, stomped the knee. Just the meanest stuff, right? The meanest stuff that costs. Oh, nice head kick. Costs very little commitment from him, right? But it'll still end you, right? Like the stomp to the knee can end you. The front kick to the face can end you. Doesn't have to get in and use a right hand, use a left hook, right? He doesn't have to. And even at that range, people couldn't play with him. But he's so smart, man. Just being so long and then creating a game with full of the longest weapons. Who else can play that game, man? Nobody else can play that game. You got to be able to change the game. Ain't nobody changing the game so far. Oh, really? On a side kick? Oh, and then an axe kick. Oh, okay, we got to go back. He side kicked his ass. Ah, man. Yeah, liver shot. Look at this. Boom. There's the impact, right? Like, this isn't the greatest side kick. He's leaning way back. It's just easier to tell it. But it's going to create a lot of power. Bruce Lee did this on a side kick, too. And regardless, it's effective. Now, watch the impact, and then there's going to be a beat where it like really sinks in. He's like, I'm okay, I'm not okay. This is a classic liver shot. Oh, and then comes in with the axe kick stomp right away and beats the foot line. Now we can go back to work. elbow, elbow, elbow. I don't see why he doesn't square the hips here. Like, it's very obvious that he's trying to triangle or armbar, get the hips out. Why don't you just square? Why don't you square? You should always try to maintain that being in front of the person. Like, it would just be a little easier, right? You can see Jon is having had to he did have to defend a really deep armbar, which I know he's got the timing now, but still, it's just riskier when it doesn't cost you much and it allows you a very strong position. Honestly, I love being in people's guard and just doing damage. The jiu-jitsu guys really think that their guard is so useful and so it's so highly praised, the guard in jiu-jitsu. But man, if you understand where to put your weight and how to punch and elbow on the ground, guards just get smashed apart, bro. Most people don't know how to ground and pound though. Most people are just trying to do jiu-jitsu as soon as they hit the ground. Ooh, that was close. That was close. And then to the knee stomp and back kick and front kick to the face. And we haven't seen any like close range stuff really from Jon. He's been keeping him way out. And there we go. There's a close range strike, right? Because Vitor is really trying to come after it now. So look for Jon to close the distance, landing elbows and knees, get into body locks, and yeah, control from the clinch, just like this, right? Overhook, underhook. He's gonna 2-on-1 the secondary arm, probably take the overhook and then 2-on-1 the secondary arm. Boom, there's one grip, there's two grips. Look at that, man. Look at that, look at that. And I haven't watched this fight in a long time, but we see the same trends, right? So he likes to have overhook because now Vitor can't punch with this arm. And then grip to the wrist and right grip to the wrist. And now what's Vitor going to do to get a takedown? Is how can you get a takedown? You can't do nothing, man. You can't do nothing. Your arms are both being controlled. Right? And Jon can actually still keep being in, look for elbows. And then Vitor just pulls under. He's like, yo, I'm not winning this takedown battle. I'm just going to get under. But like Jon's got his number here too. Like he's gotten to a triangle and he's gotten to an armbar. Those are both the best things that he's done this fight. But still, like Jon's seen them now, right? It's not a surprise. The speed isn't a surprise because it's not very fast. Oh, here we go. Elbow City. Wrist grip too. Oh, he got away from it. Jon looking to step over that foot. When the foot goes to the hip, he's going to look to step over it. Oh, he just walk back inside the guard, right? Like if you're talking about like a GSP, he's going to step over it. And Greg Jackson would coach both of them, right? So you'd see that similarity. But Jon's just like, no, I'd rather be in the guard. Like I don't need to pass at all. Yeah, Jon's got to just posture here and start doing damage. I don't think he's got anything to offer him anymore. Right into half guard there, trying to knee cut. Vitor managing to get in an underhook in his half guard here, so this is good. But Jon just goes overhook and smash. He doesn't really care as much about Vitor's underhook because even if you have an overhook and if you're able to out wrestle the person, like what are they going to do? Get to your back, just stand up, and then you have overhook. You can throw them. Being able to wrestle is like such a massive advantage, right? And I don't mean just wrestle, like just freestyle, but having a great understanding of judo, freestyle wrestling, Greco, it allows you to do so much more. You can just be so much more offensive. Ooh, that was really nicely placed side kick. He did not like that. It looked like liver and solar plexus together. Liver and boom. A little piece of the liver, but that almost looks like direct hit to the solar plexus. Direct hit. And you can see it's the heel, right? Here's the toes. Here's the heel. That's why you see him react like that. You're never going to drop somebody with a side kick hitting them with your toes, right? That like Muay Thai side teep. It's not saying it's not a good technique. It's great for making space, but it's not going to end people like that. All right, Vitor looks tired, and Jon is just fresh as a daisy. I bet she's going to start using a little bit more hands now. He'll start taking risks as the person starts getting worn down, but he breaks him down using very strategic methods, right? Very low committed attacks. Yeah, Vitor's really going for broke here. Yeah, which he has to. Like that's smart. And then John's like, nope, you're gonna be on your back. Uh-oh, this is bad. You don't want Jon Jones in crucifix. Right? Like some people, their crucifix isn't actually that bad. It's not the easiest place to generate a ton of power. Oh, on a key lock, bro? On a key lock. You gotta be kidding me, man. I don't remember that. Yo, if you key lock a black belt in jiu-jitsu, that's next level because key lock is like you nobody gets those. After white belt, like after you're no longer a white belt, nobody taps you with key lock. Like it's really just not the greatest move. And there are exceptions. Some people like there was this one guy I trained with that was just fantastic at key lock, even no matter what your belt level was. But and maybe John's like that, but I bet you Vitor is pissed about that, man. Oh, he's pissed. Oh man, yeah, just right away, just going to break it. Yeah, he's trying to snap that thing. Oh, nasty. Nasty. God damn. Jon Jones is a beast circa 2012. That's for sure.